Hello everyone. So again, for the sake of copyright, I will be showing gameplay instead of showing clips from the show, so I don't have any risk of getting a strike. Please like and subscribe or support me on Patreon. I would love to do this full time if possible. So, I finished the anime Moriarty the Patriot, and surprisingly, I liked it. I like the concept, how it's based off Sherlock Holmes, but the twist is that it's from Moriarty's point of view, and he's actually someone who is a crimes consultant, but for the benefit of the country, and he fights for the little guy. I like their take on Sherlock Holmes. The big mediums have all made him seem like a crazy recluse or some form of that. This one seems like he's much more of a people person with just a few loose screws, in contrast to the other two Sherlock Holmes mediums that I've seen. I like that it's not just Moriarty, they shift to Sherlock Holmes as well, like his point of view. And I like the backstory of how Moriarty obtained so much power and influence, although it is kind of weird that people are asking like a 10-year-old kid how to commit crimes. And I like the twist that Moriarty is a patriot fighting for the betterment of the country, rather than him just being evil. The side characters are okay, but mostly just used to further the plot or do what Moriarty wants them to do. We don't really learn much about them, other than maybe John Watson or something like that. One weird point I did notice, that it's not really a complaint, but it is sort of a weird point. Every noble that the anime focuses on feels super over the top evil, and this is how normal people act. I could see if they had some disdain for the underclass, that seems more natural, but they're actively hunting people or actively abusing them, and it's just because they're nobility, what the fuck? It just seemed a little out of place. Now onto more of the, I wouldn't say bad stuff about the anime, but sort of the weird stuff and potentially some criticisms of it. I think that one of the dumbest moments of the entire anime, part 1 and part 2 combined, is when Irene Adler renames herself to James Bond. It is the corniest moment in the whole show. It's actually hilarious. And she starts dressing up as a man, and it just feels ridiculous the entire time. The only reason, you could have had any other identity, but you chose James Bond. I don't know, it just felt super weird, and it felt like they were just trying to shoehorn that and other British stories into the plot of the anime. They also try to fit in the Jack the Ripper plot, or Jack the Ripper's story for some reason. I don't know why. Also, for some reason, all of a sudden, it felt like all of the characters in the Moriarty Club, I get the soldiers and everything, but even Moriarty himself and then Irene Adler are all of a sudden proficient with weapons and firearms and all that stuff. It just felt super unrealistic and super, well, I mean, it's an anime, so unrealism is not super far off, but it felt too over the top for me. The audio mixing is also kind of weird sometimes. They start playing rock music all of a sudden. It did not fit in with the tone of the conversation at the time. I don't know the exact point when that occurred, but it was just really weird. The ending also feels kind of rushed. You get this big conspiracy that Moriarty is trying to build with Holmes at the center, and it just boils down to killing some nobles, lighting the city on fire, and then him dying on the bridge as a martyr. It kind of just felt rushed. The plan should have been more elaborate and more time taken to explain it in the last arc, but it just felt super rushed to me. Also, the ending where Albert gets arrested and Lewis gets appointed head of MI6 for some reason feels super tacked on. They're just super trying so hard to fit in the James Bond plot point at this point, and it just felt really weird. All in all though, I thought it was a pretty interesting watch. I would give part 1 an 8 out of 10, and I would give part 2 a 7 out of 10.